Hello, friends. The preliminary examination is fast approaching, and you might have a lot of doubts. And the economic survey series that we have been doing, and that will continue as per the schedule. Regularly, the videos will be released. But this video will be about a different thing. So, this being a weekend, I wanted to talk about something soft, not about the syllabus. I wanted to talk about my first time writing preliminary examination, how I cleared, by which I thought I would make, because many had so many are having so many doubts as per how they are approaching, whether they are approaching correctly, what should they do, or whether the thoughts that they are having, whether the fear, anxiety, whether all these things that they are having at this moment, whether this is normal, whether the path that we are going, whether it is correct, many such doubts. So I thought of making a video where I would talk about my first experience. So that is the point. So first time I cleared, I've already made a video where I have spoke about how I came to this civil services examination, or the reasons, or the moment I came here, what happened. Those things I have discussed in a video previously. But this video, I thought of making it my first time. That is the first time I experienced preliminary examination. The first time I cleared this examination, the fears and anxieties that I had as a civil services aspirant, in the year 2000, it was 2012. So that is what we will discuss in this video. So without any delay, let us go into the video. So 2012 it was. So long ago, so long ago, no one knows how long ago. That was the year that I started, or I wrote my first preliminary examination, which I cleared. But the point was that I had completed my college in 2008 itself. So 4 years had passed, so many things had happened, and so many mistakes I made. So in the UPSC, what happens is that everybody has an opinion. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody tell something, they, whether they know this exam or not, they give you an opinion. So I had so many people like that giving me opinion, like choose this option, that option. So I had made so many blunders in that also. So many options that I chose. So initially I had the psychology, then public administration, then geography, then finally only I came to realize that anthropology. So that was the option which I liked. So that is how I came to anthropology finally. But initially there were so many tea kadai, tea shop annas will be there, and so many seniors would be there, and so many big names will be there, and they'll give chumma something. Okay, they'll give and they'll say chumma something, whatever comes to their mind they'll tell you. But that's a different thing. Then but the point was that time had passed, so many options, but I had cleared. So that is the point. So first time I was going to write preliminary examination, and it was a very what to say. I was so anxious at that time, and the most important part. So many had asked me this question, or many have told me this, that they are getting fat. So I was literally at that time the most fat that in my life. So in my entire time period that I have existed, that is the period on which I was the fattest. So I used to like stress eat, or you would have known this thing, binge eating. I would do that at that time. I remember whenever I was anxious, I was scared, I used to eat a lot, and I used to binge eat. Like for example, when I go to a restaurant, I remember my friend, so Harris. So in this video, I'll also be referring to so many of my friends, because they have been part of my life, and I cannot tell civil services without them. So civil services for me is only with these people is what civil services means for me. So Harris, as I told you, he's an IAS officer now. So he went to his first interview at that time. So we had all gone, and Balaji, and everyone was there. And we had gone to that restaurant. So first time it was a young, so we were all very young. I think we were 24, 25 something. So that thing of becoming an officer at that young age, so he was like, so the treat was there. So we went and we ate, and we ordered everything, one biryani. So everyone ate one biryani, and the order ended. I think everyone started thinking about eating some dessert or ice cream. So the bearer came and he asked if you want anything else. And everyone was like, I want ice cream, I want juice or something. But then I said, I want one more biryani. So everyone was like, see, it happened. It truly happened. So I ate one biryani, then I ate one more biryani. See, this point of I was so fat. I don't. I can look back and see those things, and I can laugh at those things. Yes, it was unhealthy, but it happens. See, at that age, you do not know what you are doing. At that age, you are competing for one of the most toughest exam at that time. See, all these things does happen, and we were, so many would be out of college. This is a problem in India, mainly in India. We are having a lot of activities in college. But once that college ends, see, that is the point. From school to college, you have a strict regime, you have friends, you have people, you have community living. So you will have that you will have that sense of happiness, but but once you finish that, and people go to job, they will have that community in job, so they will move on. But what happens in civil services is that you are sitting at home, you are watching the world move on, but you are staying at that same place. This happens, stress happens. See, looking at the way you were in 2 3 years ago, and the way you are sitting with Lakshmi Kant all the time, it happens. See, but the point is that what we want in life, and we'll get to that point as time passes by. I'll tell you what. Okay, but the ultimate thing was I got fat. So I was so fat, I could literally, truly, I could not see my toes. It was true. Okay, I could not see my toes. It was embarrassing. It was so embarrassing, but I did not mind. I did not mind. My only thing was to clear this examination. See, the world was moving on, my friends were moving on, everyone was going somewhere else. Somebody went to USA, somebody went to Australia, somebody became a cricketer, somebody became a music director, somebody became a director. But I was sitting there jobless, doing nothing, just reading Lakshmi Kant every day. Did not know whether I would clear. That is the point. Even if I knew that I would become an IAS officer, I know I would think that okay, it's okay. Next year ho gaya to ho gaya. But I did not know whether I would clear. But the point is that many would say you should have that confidence. Only when you have that confidence of clearing this examination, you will clear. See, what they did while writing that examination, you should have an they should tell that, not after clearing. Everyone can say, I can say, you can say, everyone can come and say, okay, okay, you only when you have that confidence you will clear. See, this is something which is or this is not something which you can easily handle. The mind, it's a very and at that age, at 25, it is a very tough thing. But the next thing, that is the point, it's a very tough thing. And the next thing was jealousy. So I wanted to talk about, see, the periodic table. You would have seen that periodic table, so many elements are there. So many elements, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, beryllium, boron, lithium, that this, so many, uranium, plutonium, many elements are there. Likewise, human beings have so many emotions. Human beings will have so many emotions. In that, jealousy will be there, anger will be there, everything will be there. See, without that, how do you define a human being? People, that is the point. So, they will say, I became very confident. So only then I cleared. I see this and all after clearing, they are saying, okay. But before clearing, you should have asked how they were. And I can say for myself, so at that age, I was very young. As I told you in the beginning, people were becoming, or the world was moving on. So after college, the world was moving on. I was sitting there, sitting with my Lakshmi Kant book, the same edition book that I have till now. I was sitting there going through the pages and thinking, World is moving on, what am I doing? So this question kept coming up every day. Because one example was cricketer Ashwin. So you would have known, you would know that cricketer Ashwin, he's a very nice player as well. He studied in my college. So we were in the same batch. So he was in information technology. He was studying information technology. I was studying electronics and communication. So the same batch. And somebody became a director. So Kadalil Sudapodillai, you know that there is a movie, a Tamil movie, Kadalil Sudapodillai. Balaji Mohan was my so electronics and communications. He was in my same batch, and many were doing so many things. Okay, and at that time only Facebook had become big. So 2012, Facebook had become big. I did not know to switch off Facebook. At that time, it was like you have to be there, otherwise you are not part of a community. So that in order to have that sense of community, I was part of that. But the negative thing about is that I kept seeing everyone going to different places. I kept seeing everyone going to Australia, USA, doing so many things. Somebody was getting married, somebody was having a child, somebody was getting a promotion, somebody was like, so for example, cricketer Ashwin was there, director was there, he was directing Amala Paul, So in the sense, see, at that age and all, it makes a very big thing. So I was like, he is doing direction with Amala Paul. She was a very famous actor. I mean, even a famous actor now, but at that time she was the most popular, something like that. So I was like, so what am I doing? What am I doing? So when I see it is Lakshmi Khan. So when I see what am I doing, so I'll come back to my stage and I'll see Lakshmi Khan. See, this was a very traumatic thing, and it is just true. I was really jealous at that time. I was thinking what my life was, what am I doing when compared to those people who are doing so many things in life. But the point which you have to understand is that, see, it takes a little bit of time. It takes a little bit of time, introspection. You have to go through your life. You have to be who you are. You have to analyze who you are. It takes a little bit of time. And now when you ask me, now when I see them, it's not the same. See, this is the point. It's not the same. What I mean is that how I felt at that time is not the same now. Maybe okay, age can could have made a difference, but so many other things also made a difference. I understood, and civil services, reading civil services is not only about reading for this examination. It gives you a lot of different perspectives. So I understood that this is how it is. See, it is how it is. Who you are is what it is. And you cannot think about or keep doing this. And the most important reason is our school system. From a young age we are being taught to be first rank, always first rank. See, where there is no other rank, only first rank. Okay, so this happens, from a young age we are being made to be so competitive that, see, this competition has a negative side also. So the competition that we are being forced into, and civil services happens to be a most competitive part of this whole examination, and it happens. But as I told you, after some time you will realize, you will understand what you like, what you are as a person. So what am I good at? What am I good at, and what should I do? I'm good at reading Lakshmi Kant. I'm good at reading. I'm good at reading Spectrum. I'm good at doing civil services work, or I'm good at becoming an IPS officer. So I am good at those things. I should aspire for that. I cannot keep thinking about Australia, America, whatever things. What am I good at? So if you are good at something, you should do that. See, this is the point. You will understand a little bit. So give yourself a little bit of time. This time it will happen. I mean, in the sense, at this moment, preliminary examination, all these moments, it will happen. You will have these fears. You will compare yourself. Somebody, you will have, for example, you have become 25 or 26 or something. So people at that age, many things happen in their life. You will start seeing those things, and it will happen. And the most important and essential part of this thing is that Facebook and Instagram, please do switch off. Okay, please do uninstall, or please don't go inside that for 2 months, not for forever. I'm not saying forever you should do that, for 2 months, because it is a difficult thing. See, uh, at the end of the day, as I told you, this is something which is which is like the human brain is like has all these periodic table elements. All these elements are there. You cannot just do away with some element, and you cannot be only confident and doing work. No. See, this will be, this is like motivation speech of somebody or toppers or something like that. But it does not happen the right way. It Many things go wrong, and then only you will know the right thing. But this is about that. And the next most, and one more thing was, and when you have jealousy, see, that is the point. When you have jealousy, anger, all your relationship goes into a toss. Or with family, I'm not talking about the relationship, maybe you will have that also, but at that time I did not have that also, so I was jealous about that also. So I used to see people having good relationship, and I would be very jealous of them. But I was very angry at that time. So my even Harris, he used to also say, so he's an IAS officer now. I have he once came to me, because he and I also started fighting a lot. So he and I also started fighting a lot. So he used to scream at me, I used to scream at him, but we were good friends. But even Balaji, so Balaji is one of my very closest friends. As I told you, he's an IRS. We used to have so much of fight. So we used to, we used to be in a room, and we used to be fighting with plates. So I would throw that one plate, he would throw one plate. See, it happens. And morning, and for example, one time I remember, once we were reading, and then there was then we went out for eating at in the midnight. Then we came about, then we started talking about something, and the same civil services, some topic we started talking, discussing. Then it became a very big fight. It went till 6 o'clock in the morning. So we were fighting in the room. What we were fighting, I did not know. I did not know what we were fighting, why he was fighting, why I was fighting. We were angry. That's the point. Like, for example, there is a movie, 12 Angry Men. In a room, if you put 12 people, there is bound to be anger, there is bound to be problems. And the same way, we are bound in the civil services examination for this much of time. There is bound to be anger, there is bound to be problems. And this happened. So and then immediately it was 7, I think 7, it became 7 morning. Then there fight, we fought like anything, and then I went out of the house. But he came. See, the point is that after half an hour, the point is that I went out. I went out Ananagar. So I went out somewhere. I sat in some place. Then he came. See, that is the has this capacity to make you angry, make you jealous, make you miserable. It happens. But the end of the day, what realization you have? He ultimately, that is ultimately we made up. Ultimately he came to me. Ultimately I spoke to him. Ultimately we are friends till now. This is the point of this examination. So initially you would have all these problems, but you are being taught to go through all these movements and become a better person. And that is why he is an officer now who is respected all over India. That is why he is able to handle so many problems right now. That is why he is able to be good at family, good at home, good at society. You can check, you can go and check the way he is working. So that is why I really like Balaji even till now. But the point, next we'll go to the next point. Next will be this mock test. This mock test has become a very big problem now. At that time it was not a very big problem like the way it is right now. See, at that time one mock test we used to write, one mock test per Sunday, and that mock test used to make us miserable. Every Sunday I used to write a mock. Every Sunday I used to prepare for that Sunday. And the point is that we would not get better scores in spite of reading the whole week. And every day used to be a problem. Every day after the mock, I used to come, I used to eat two biryani. Same thing. Same happens. Two biryani, Pepsi, something, whichever makes you the fat. That is the point. I wanted to be fat. Maybe that's a human psychology, you know. So there is something you want to submerge the whole pain through the food that you eat. You want to submerge it, because 1 week I have been reading, but I am not able to get better scores. Means, see, you have to submerge the whole pain. It's not very easy to move past it. But the next day, what happens? So I used to get up the next day, Monday, and by evening I will start. I will start for the next exam. Same way, if you are having a problem with mock now, see, uh, so many. And for example, many times in the tea shop, so you would, if you had gone to the tea shop, you would see many would be discussing so many things. And it used to be that way. This is, they will be discussing like, so there is something, so they will be discussing like, answer is whether 5 or 6 or 7, something they will be discussing. But I would have gotten point 0.5. See, I'm saying not CSAT generally. So mean A, B, C, D, they would be discussing whether, yeah, okay, this person was in this historical narrative, and that ship came, and hence that is the answer. But another person will be like, no, no, not that ship, that ship came from America, but the answer is a ship from Japan. See, I would be like, where is the ship? Day ship here. See, this happened. This happened at that time. See, this happens for everyone. The problem is that this point, this phase of this examination is actually again, it is submerged. This phase of this examination is submerged through self-help books. After clearing this examination, what happens is that, no, no, I was very confident. No, every question I knew that question, this question. But the point is that, how much ever mistakes you are making here, that many marks you will score in preliminary examination. Remember that. This is true for everyone. Toppers, whichever topper, first rank, second rank, whichever rank. See, this is an examination. Ultimately, you have to find the answers for the questions that you are making mistakes. It is not a problem. See, so immediately the people will be like, uh, they would say that this I'm not fit for this, or I have seen people, uh, or people teaching civil services tell this, uh, tell this to students: you are not fit for this examination. See, if it is not working, it is not working. It's not a very big deal. It's an examination. Okay, it's not a very big deal. It does not have to do anything with your personality. You can do so many other things also. So I don't subscribe to that view that, okay, if you are not getting good scores, you are not a person who is not able to read and understand things. See, it's not, it's a different thing. This examination is different, so don't take all these things to mind. Next, and one more important thing was that, insomnia. Okay, not able to sleep. Okay, even today I have this problem. But civil services, see, it happens. See, as Dr. Abdul Kalam says, dreams are not something which you have in your sleep. Dreams are something which does not let you sleep. This happens, no. See, when you love something, when you are about to give one of the toughest examination of this country, and you love that thing, when you are, see, that is why, in cinemas and all, you would have heard, when you love somebody, you cannot sleep. Why? Because, see, that's how you are attached to that. That's how you, that is the power that it has. That is the power. That is why everyone keeps about things you love. Why? It has that power to keep you away even if you are feeling sleepy. Same way, this happened. And this examination, the first day, it was 20 May. So it was 20 May 2012. So that is the day I remember. That was the day examination. But before that 20, I could not sleep for 4 days. I think 4 days I could not sleep. On the day of the examination, that is the 12 a.m. So that was the point. I decided that today at least we will sleep for 6 till 6 a.m. Okay, 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. I sleep, and I'll go to the preliminary examination. Fate had that I slept at 12, and then I started hearing songs in my dreams. I started hearing songs, good songs, nice songs. Suddenly I woke up and I saw it was 2 a.m. I was like, day, till 6 a.m. I have to sleep, so that I should be able to write this examination. No, it did not happen. Then again, what can I do? See, if you are not able to sleep, what can I do? Again, only friend that time was Lakshmikant. Yes, I went with Lakshmikant. So I sat down. So I went to the terrace and I sat down with Lakshmikant till 6 a.m. That is the point. But whether I was able to read, no. No, I was not able to understand. I was able to read, but I was not able to understand because I have not slept, So slept for 3 4 days. I've been anxious, scared. Everything went into some tipsy turvy. And then on the day of the examination, also, the pressure was so much. I could not. I could not understand what was there in Lakshmikant. It read like Greek and Latin, But the point is that you have to keep trying. So I have to keep trying. So 6 o'clock it happened. Then 8 o'clock, my friend came. So Lijas, he was one of the person who's also he's doing very well right now. So he's an officer himself in Tamil Nadu right now. So he came. So at that time, see, at that moment we did not know whether he is going to clear, whether I was going to clear. No, he came and we went to that place. It was in Saidapet. So it is in Chennai. Saidapet, the school was there. It was a government school, and that is initially, that is the point. Initially, you can apply together, and you can be everyone can be in the same school. Everyone can be in the same school, and everyone, Balaji, Harris, Joginder, one more friend, Lijas, me, Rijesh was one more. Rijesh, he is in RBA right now. Everyone is now an officer. The persons who I'm referring to, everyone is an officer. Mike, he is one of my very good friends. He's in World Bank right now. So he was there at that time. So everyone, see, at the end of the day, it will be okay. That is what I'm referring. So all these people that I am referring, were writing preliminary examination on that day. We did not know whether we will become officers. We wanted to. The point was that we all wanted to, but whether it will happen, no one knew. See, everyone was confident. See, everyone is a very confident officer right now. But on that day, if you ask them, they did not know. I did not know. So I went, and I remember going in the morning, and me and Lijas went, and there was a bike stand. I was standing there. I was reading again Lakshmikant, again Panchayat Raj. So that I went to the hall and wrote very well. And when I went inside the hall, that school did not have toilets. That the school did not have fan. So it was 2012 government school. It did not have fan. It had fan. Sorry, it had fan, but it did not work. Okay. So I asked so many times, it did not work. But it was the hottest day of that year. That is the trick. The hottest day of that year, it was Agni Nakshatram. So like it is going to start in Tamil Nadu right now. So they have this saying Agni Nakshatram. That means the hottest day. Okay, that is the pre monsoon. So before monsoon start, it will be the hottest. So that was the year, and on that year it was the hottest. And when I started to examination, my father was like, again horoscope. So that also turned to be one of the most baddest day for me on that year. So that is what my father said. You have all in 365 days, all 364 days of 2012 is very good. Your horoscope is very good, but this one day, okay, you adjust this one day. But I was like, this is the day preliminary examination is going to come. But the point was that okay, horoscope was bad, anything, okay, whatever people let the people say. But the climate was bad. That GS, general studies. This is what I had prepared for all these years. This is what I was doing. Lakshmikant, or reading newspaper, or being spectrum, or reading whatever was necessary for clearing this examination. I had done that, and it showed in the paper. History, ancient medieval people skip. No, see, that is the point. Or what chapter should I read? See, this examination is not cleared by reading only this chapter, that chapter. This chapter only is very important. See, that is for or increasing views in YouTube, or increasing numbers of students in your institute. But it does not work that way. This chapter, that chapter is not. See, everything is important. Everything is knowledge. Civil services examination is about knowledge. It's about NCRT knowledge. It's about newspaper. Whatever, see, which NCRT? Every NCRT. Read whatever NCRT is there. What else we do have? Materials. Should we read materials and waste our time? Instead, we can read the NCRTs. No, that is the point. We waste all our time in reading materials instead of reading the NCRTs from which UPSC is asking questions. So then what we ask, which NCRT we should read? All the NCRTs. Read everything, understand those things, and write this examination. And that is what I realized on that day. So GS, it was good. I scored 67 net. That is 67 net means around 134. 134 was my score. 134, 136. I think 67, 68, maybe plus one or two. So 138 I scored in GS. But there was a CSAT. Then it happened that as I told you, it was like, okay, I finished this examination. But there was like, no, sir, one more thing is there in the evening. But I was like, I am already exhausted. I have not slept. I have not done any. I mean, I've not even eaten in the morning. But then what happened? Then everyone did well. So Rijesh, everyone, Balaji. Then we all went to Balaji's house for lunch. That is the point. So Balaji's house were nearby. So he took us all to his house. His father and his mother were so sweet. They had prepared a, like a kalyana sapad. So like marriage, that they have prepared, that these fellows are coming after, because we were all all these people are writing civil services examination, preliminary examination. We should give them vada, payasam, sambar, everything was there. See, that day, I remember that day. See, any other day, that is the point. Any other day, I would have asked two biryanis. Okay, but on that day, I was not even able to eat a little bit. I was not even able to eat in the morning some one idli or something. I was so stressed on that day. So, but the point is that they had payasam, vade, everything. It was very nice, and we ate. We ate. But what will happen if you eat like that and you have not slept for 4 days? You start sleeping. That is what ultimately happened. CSAT was there next, but I was like 2 o'clock examination, 2:30 examination. I was feeling so sleepy. I was like drowsy like this. I was actually moving like this seesaw. I was not able to go inside the hall. But no, see, people kept asking, what motivates somebody to write this many times? See, there is nothing. Okay, it is like, see, if you have to cross this, so will anyone jump into a ocean and cross the ocean? Maybe for competition they can go, but normally for all of us, for me, what happened was I was pushed all of that. So if you are pushed into it, you have to swim and you have to go. There is no other way. Same way that day. So that day, no other go. Where can I run? So I cannot run. Even if sleepy also, sees that Balaji, after eating everything, he pushed me inside the hall. So I went inside the hall and I wrote, but I wrote miserably. Adha, whether all these motivation talks, whatever, so you can have motivation song talks. What matters is what happens in the hall. But on the day, I did not write well. So it was I knew that CSAT I did not do well, but at that time they added both the scores. 2012 they added both the scores. CSAT was not a qualifying paper. I scored less than 33. I think I scored on the day. I did not see. That's the point. After the examination got over, I was so tensed. So all of us had planned to go to Kalagalappu. So there is a movie. So at that time, Anjali was becoming a very popular actress at that time, and she was acting in that Kalagalappu. Sandanam was there. So it was at that time, so one of the peakest movie. So everyone had planned to go to that movie, but I was also part of that team. So, but I did not go. My ticket went waste, but I did not go. But I said that no, no, I am going somewhere. So everyone was so mad at me on that day. Everyone went to that movie. Everyone did well. I also did well. I did not know whether I did well. Then I went to beach and I sat in the beach. See, now the key. So, for example, now what happens is that you finish the examination. The key is outside the hall. Okay, they are outside the hall and somebody is discussing you in YouTube. This is the question. See how they do that, I do not know. So immediately, so you finish by 12 o'clock. 12:30 they are discussing in YouTube, but what they are discussing in YouTube is it's different thing. That's not useful. That is a different thing. But they, for the views they are discussing. But at that time the keys took a little bit of time. So keys came around, I think, 10 o'clock or something. So till then, I did not go home. So till then, what I decided was I was not going to go home. Did not eat also, but I did not go home. Keys came. So I received the message that keys have been uploaded. So at that time, I did not have this smart mobile or something like that. Normal mobile I had. So I got the message. So I had to go home and check the computer. So yes, then I went and I started browsing through the PDF. Then I scored CSAT. I scored less. First I went for CSAT. I scored less. But as I said, in GS paper, I scored 67, 68. So that was 134. And this I added. So it came around 220 or something. 220 or 225 total. So 200, 200, you add 225. The cutoff was 205. So that is the point I realized. Okay, then I called first, the first person I, even today if there is a problem I call him only. So Balaji, I called him. He was in the middle of the movie. He was like, "Hey, bro, super movie, that is a movie, very nice movie, all are laughing, so you are sitting like this, what happened, you tell me." Then I told him the score. Then he said, "See, we are all cleared. See, this and this score and all, you don't care about it. We have cleared, we are writing mains." So I said, "Balaji, yes, so we are going to write mains. So we'll get prepared for mains." This is how it happened. So many, so many doubts and fears, everything will happen. All this together only you have to travel. You cannot just move away from all these troubles and say that I'm preparing for civil services examination. All this is together civil services examination, and I can vouch everyone who has cleared. That is the point. Everyone who has cleared has gone through this, and as Steve Jobs says, see, you cannot connect the dots going forward, you have to connect the dots only backwards. So all that you are going through, you would not know the meaning of all these things. Only when you reach a certain point, you will understand, oh, this is why we did all these things. And I hope you will also reach that point someday, and you look back and see all these things that you have gone through is for the good of yourself and your family and for society. Thank you all for watching. Have a good night.